So our Forest set to upset Crystal Palace yet again and go and take their striker Mateta because contact has been made. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your Forest transfer news on a weekend. Crazy, I know. Coming up, we're going to talk you through the latest with Mateta. This is getting serious apparently. We'll talk you through the reveal of Luca and I'll quickly run through my predicted team for the game tomorrow. After results today, Dyche, you must. So make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well if you are new. And don't forget to check out our merch store. We got loads of good merch you can grab. Like this one, Champions of Europe. I remember those days. Well, I don't, but if you're old enough, let me know in the comments. How big was your smile in those days? Anyway, let's jump into it and let's talk about Mateta. So Matteo Moretto, he's like really good mates with Romano. They do a lot of stuff together. He took to his social medias and he said the following: Nottingham Forest is on Jean-Philippe Mateta. Not wanting him, not after him, they're on him. Pause. A significant contract has been proposed to the forward leaving Palace. In recent days, Milan has returned to inquire about his situation. He's a name that's been on their list since last summer. And then he's got his YouTube thing, which is in Italian on it. Now, what's interesting about this is that Mateta has told Palace to do one. He is not going to renew his contract. I think he's got 18 months left on it. He wants out, just like Glasner wanted out or wants out. Just like Gay got the hell out of there. Just like Wharton's probably going to leave in the summer. Palace do not have an entrance door anymore at Selhurst Park. There's only an exit door and they're all flooding out of it. And what's interesting is the teams that were ahead of Forest in the pecking order are now falling to the wayside. So, for example, Villa were favourites to get Mateta, but they've gone in a different direction. I'm pretty sure they've completed on Tammy Abrahams. Juventus wanted him, but the talks out of Juve are that they're going for El Nostri, the player that Forest was linked with, and that leaves Forest and AC Milan to battle it out. Now, only an idiot would choose Forest over AC Milan if you're not a Forest supporter. So obviously that's a big hurdle to overcome. But Mateta gets the option here to stay in the Premier League, move to a bigger club, and go to a club that actually checks their emails. So could this one happen? I'm not sitting here saying I'm confident about it. I am sitting here and saying if Forest get Mateta, that would just be hilarious after everything that happened in the summer with the Europa League and the Conference League and that idiot Parish not checking his emails and the Palace fans trying to blame Marinakis when it was all Parish's fault. And then they tried to blame Texter, who is, Marinakis' little bitch. And this would just be the icing on the cake of it. So would I take Mateta? Of course I would. He comes with Premier League goals. He's young. He's a good striker, physical, strong. He would fit the Dyche mould and then not fit the Dyche mould once we hopefully get rid of Dyche. So this is why I like him a lot more than I do, say, Luca, for example, because Luca clearly for me is the Dyche mould one, whereas Mateta can do a couple of things. Age-wise, I still think at 28, he's got plenty of years ahead of him. I would say he's dropped off this season. There's no two ways about it. He had probably his hottest season last year for Palace. There was a lot of teams after him in the summer. But you know what? His profile will work with Forest. He's been playing for a counter-attacking team. It would suit him very nicely. Do I see it happening? I'll be honest with you, probably not. But it would be funny. So, would you take Mateta or not? Let me know in the comments. There's no details of any prices that maybe Forest are looking to bid for or anything else. It looks like, excuse me, what's happening is, as with normal in transfer windows, in transfers these days, Forest have gone to his agent, had the discussions. It looks like they've slapped a lot of money on the table and they've said to him, what you saying? If he then says yes, then this is the interesting point. If Forest then go and approach Crystal Palace, that to me tells me that they've already got terms agreed with Mateta. And then it's a case of making sure Steve Parish checks his email when that one comes through. So get your thoughts in on that in the comments down below. Now, let's move on and look ahead to the Brentford game tomorrow. You've seen West Ham win today. You've seen Burnley nearly beat Spurs today. You've seen whoever else that we don't want to get points is getting points right now. So this is down to the boys now. They've got to buck their ideas up, ignore everything Sean Dyche says, and play football. Ow. Like, seriously, do I hold any hope for this Brentford game? I actually think we win this game. I'll be honest with you guys. This is the most Forest thing to do to the opposite of the most Forest thing Forest do. What do I mean by that? I know that sentence makes no sense. When you think Forest are going to beat a team, they never do. When you feel so down about Forest that you go into the game and you're like, oh, I guess because I'm a fan, I better watch it, you know, or I better go, or I better do whatever. Then suddenly, these freaking charlatans that we've been seeing play all season suddenly turn up and we'll be, you know, happy with 3 points. We need 3 points. Leeds don't play till Monday. Forest could go level on points with Leeds. West Ham are now only 2 points behind Forest. Burnley are a point closer. Spurs should have been a point closer as well. But it's all getting congested up there. And this is Forest run. We got them. We got Crystal Palace. I think we got Leeds and Wolves coming up as well. These are games Forest need to take points with. And not just points, wins. Now, how do we do that? I hear you guys asking. Well, the simple answer is Sean Dyche. But we're not doing that, are we? So let's see what I would do on the team. For me, straight away, I think Luca will come in. So would I go with Luca? Probably, because I think Jesus is still going to be out injured. I think it's going to be a straight swap there. Luca in for Jesus. They've rushed him through, and just on Luca, he's done his first interview of Forest. He ticked all the boxes you expect him to tick. Historic club, loves to come here, dreamed of playing for Forest as a kid, you know, all the usual stuff that the PR team spin him. I think he comes straight in, and with him coming in, we have to get crosses of the ball in the wings. This is the time, Sean Dyche, you idiot, to tell the guys to put 52 crosses into the box, because this guy scores a lot of goals with his head. Now, am I expecting miracles from him? I don't know, man. Not sure. Not yet. We'll have to wait and see. As I keep saying, I'll judge him once he's played a few games for Forest. So with that in mind, I don't know what I'd do with Dominguez. Let's come back to Dominguez in a second. You need 2 competent crosses of the ball. That means you can't play it in Doy. So you got to have, definitely for me, Hutchinson. He has to come in on the right-hand side. He'll cut in and get those crosses in. Hudson-Odoi, I don't think is the greatest crosser of a ball when he's off his game. But I'll put him in on the left side. Gibbs-White, I personally would drop for Dominguez and go for a 4-3-3. I mean, I'll quickly show you my team. This would be my team right here, man. That's my team. Tell me how that team is 17th. Seriously. Ignore Luca for a minute, but tell me how that team's 17th. I'll tell you what I'll do. I would go a step further. I would drop Hudson-Odoi. Hutchinson on the left so he doesn't cut back for crosses, and Gibbs-White on the right. Say what you want about Gibbs-White. When he can be bothered, his crosses into the box are pretty good. I'd go with that team. Get the crosses in, have that power in midfield and Sangare, Anderson, have Dominguez doing that little terrier role, man, pressing and everything. Yeah, that team's good enough to win. Will they? Not with Sean Dyche in charge. So that's what I do with that team. Do you agree with that or not? Let me know. We've got to switch to a 4-3-3. Dyche, you've got to let the 4-2-3-1 go because you have no idea how to coach it. Anyway, I'm ranting. So, how does this game play out? Obviously, we know that Brentford are having a lot better of a season than most predicted. I think I even predicted them to go down. I can't remember. But they've got great forwards in Thiago, who's banging them in, and in Sharda as well, who I rate highly. His FIFA card is really good as well, by the way. But I feel like, especially the last year or two, Forest have done quite well at Brentford since the Foamgate incident and everything. I think we've done all right. At some point, Brentford have to fall off. I hope it's tomorrow. And I'm going to say with more hope than expectation or passion, to be honest, that Forest win this 1-0. Can we score more than 1 goal? I'd be very surprised. I just had a little flashback, guys, to the first game of this season. Forest versus Brentford at home. 3-0 up at half-time, absolutely slapped them around. And now look where we are. Get your score predictions in down below. Make sure to check out the merch store. Please like, subscribe, do that hype thing. Grumpy Old Reds, I'll leave it for you on the end screen. It was actually a pretty good episode yesterday, quite surprising. I'll see you for the watch along tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.